I think we have everything we need now, Honor. Are you ready to open the air vent? Ready as I'll ever be. You? I'm looking forward to exploring this ventilation system with you. You know, I can't tell if you're joking or not. I don't know if I'm capable of joking, Honor, but I would like to learn how. Wait, before we climb in, any idea where this vent goes? I don't want to end up in the furnace. I could try mapping the internal topography with active radar. I don't have a clue what that means, but if you think it'll help. Now we have to find the route. 5-4, that's very easy. There are more of them over here. And boo. Just fill these in. Oh wait, not these though. Boop. There we go. And bop. That's filled in. Actually, all of that is filled in. These are as well. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Ba-dum. 5. That's done. 2, 2, and 5. 1, 1. 3, and 3, and we're done. You found ventilation map. Mapping complete. The vent leads to another room of a similar size to this. Probably Blake's office. I didn't think I'd be heading back there so soon. Should I look for another way out? No, if I'm gonna find a way to prove I didn't kill him, his office is the best place to start. I just hope we don't run into Detective Cross when we get there. This vent looks pretty tight. You sure we're not gonna get stuck in there? Don't worry, Honor. My sensors have already measured your body, and... You did what? I took approximate measurements of your body. Compared to the diameter of the ventilation shaft, it's unlikely you'll become stuck. Did I do something bad? Scout, you can't do that kind of thing without asking. Sorry, Honor. I didn't realize. How about you just delete those measurements and we'll pretend this never happened. What measurements? Hey, you can make jokes. Come on, let's get in that vent before I start having second thoughts. I need a drink of water. No sign of Detective Cross. What's the plan now? Good question. They'll find whoever did this to you, Blake. I'll make sure. Scout, can you see anything? I can currently see 432 objects. Can you be more specific, or should I scan them all individually? No, I mean, can you see anything that might shed some light on what happened? And before you say anything, I don't mean the desk lamp. Understood. I'll scan the room. Can I question the dead body, though? I feel like he has a lot to talk about. But what if we look at the actual lamps? Can they shed some light on the subject? Alright, so we got the chair pinging. Probably still a chair that just made that ping. Alright, it looks like currently there's only one thing to investigate, and that is the chair. We got a 7 down here. We'll fill those in as well. The 6-1, we can have a look, would look something like that, or like that. So real quick, I believe it would be those 4, regardless. Oops. The way I usually do overlapping is I fill in the left or topmost instance of what they could be, and then I see how many spaces are left over, so where the current X's are, and then I subtract those from the leftmost, like each connected series. So for, like, let's say for example 2 was there, and we knew that the X's were over there. I would say, okay, there's 1 empty space left over, so that means 2 would go there and 2 would go there, because I'm taking 1 space off from the left. So, yeah, that's basically what I'm getting at. So those are all filled in. We have nothing else on this column. This is crossed off. That's a 5. Oops. And... okay, so we know for this 3-3 that one of the 3s is over here, and then the other one is going to be over here somewhere. This is A2. Don't know which one it is, though. A1 for sure. We don't really know if that's a 1 or a 2, so I'll just leave it as is. Here's our 4, though. There's our 2. This is done. 3. Whoop. There we go. And 2. 4 is around there somewhere, but these 2 rows are done, as are these, actually. So, I can cross all those out. That's our 1. Nope, actually that's our 2 right there, and there's our 1. Done with that. 3. We'll X out over here because of the 7. And actually that whole thing is done anyway, so what does it matter? The 6 1 can add another one off to the left because it can shift over a couple of squares. Although, looking at the column, that's absent anyway, so this is our 6. 4 there, and doom. We're done. You found medical report. This is the medical examiner's report. Detective Cross must have called someone in to check the body. We can use these, we use these in Murder Mystery because when we need to know the basics about a murder, you know, cause of death, time of death. People were murdered on your TV show? Well, yeah, it's literally in the title. I didn't realize. I thought you said you were innocent. No one actually dies on the show, Scout. They're just acting. Acting. Ah, I see. The show wasn't real. You're just pretending to be an actress. No, I don't have time to explain this right now. Give me a minute to read this report. Cause of death, blunt force trauma to the head. Just like the detective said. Time of death, approximately 4:30 p.m. Where was I at 4:30 p.m.? According to my internal chronometer, that's when we met in the parking lot. Of course! Scout, I think I just found my alibi. Ms. Mizrahi, what are you doing in here? You really shouldn't be in here, Miss Mizrahi. You're gonna get yourself arrested. I know I shouldn't be here, Bill, but I couldn't stay in that break room. How'd you even get out? I thought Detective Cross locked the door. I crawled out through the ventilation system, with a little help from Scout here. I am Scout. Hi. What is that, a flying fax machine? He's a robot of some kind. We haven't had much of a chance to get to know each other yet. Scout, this is Bill. He's the studio's one-man security team. Hello, Bill. Boy, technology these days is amazing, isn't it? My son can fax me his drawings from home, and they come out right in my office here. Well, up until last week, anyway. Now they got him doing macaroni art at school. Cheese gummed up the machine something awful. Bill, I've got to prove to Detective Cross that I didn't kill Blake. Can you help? You know I'd do anything to help you out, Miss Mizrahi. I just don't want to get in trouble. What have you been doing since Detective Cross arrived? He put me in charge of guarding the crime scene. He's got a lot to do, so I'm supposed to make sure no one gets in here or touches anything. You didn't touch anything, did you? Who, me? Of course not. You got nothing to worry about. What about the medical examiner's report? You were reading it just a minute ago. Did you forget? The report? Oh, geez, that's super important. I'm gonna be in so much trouble if Detective Cross hears about this. Thanks, Scout. You're welcome, Honor. What do you think of Detective Cross? Honestly, he's kind of scary. I told him I liked his badge and he towered over me like some kind of enormous angry telephone pole. I swear he looks twice as big up close. He just stood there frowning at me. Felt like hours. Then he pointed at my tie and said it was unprofessional. I like this tie. All I wanted to prove to Detective Cross is that I didn't kill Blake. You're a smart cookie, Miss Mizrahi, but shouldn't we let the detective do his job? And stay in the break room all night? No thanks. Maybe he knows maybe he knows what he's doing, but it's taking too long. At this rate, the real killer is going to get away before he's even interviewed us. I know I'm just an actress in a detective show. Now, that wasn't even the main character, but I can help. Maybe, but you're going to need some serious evidence to convince Detective Cross you're not a suspect. The medical examiner's report says Blake died around 4:30 p.m. I'd left Blake's office way before that. That's great, but can you prove it? I've seen it in your show. You need evidence. Scout, did you record anything on those cameras of yours? Yes, Honor. I automatically keep a cyclical buffer of the past few hours of visual input. However, I have no way of displaying those images. All that technology, and they didn't think to give you a printer. I'll add it to the list. You know, that reminds me of the fancy CCTV system we were supposed to get. Then they trimmed the budget, and it ended up only getting installed out in the parking lot. Typical management, I'm telling you. Any excuse to cut corners. That's all. We can't afford more security. I'm telling you. Wait, are you saying there's a CCTV outside? Sure. No one's ever showed me how to use it, but it's there. Bill, that CCTV will prove my alibi. I was in the parking lot when the murder happened. Can you pull the footage to show to Detective Cross? Well, in theory, but you need my fingerprint to open the security office door, and I'm supposed to stay here and guard the crime scene. Guard it from who? Everyone else is locked in the break room. What if the murderer comes back? Then Scout will, blast him with his death ray. Really? He can do that? Honor, I don't have... Yes, that is a thing he can do. Absolutely. Now, could you go and get the tape, please? Oh, geez. Okay, if you're sure, I'll be as quick as I can. Honor, I don't have a death ray. I know, Scout. Just play along, okay? My first real crime scene. It's nothing like I imagined. I thought you pretended to solve crimes in your TV show. Pretended to solve crimes. I did. And I've read so many mystery novels, seen so many movies. It sounds stupid now, but I guess I convinced myself I know how to handle a real murder. But now I'm standing here looking at the body of my friend and... Bill, did you get the tapes already? Jesus! Detective Cross will do just fine, thanks. You want to give me an explanation, or shall I skip straight to the handcuffs? I can't wait to see how you're going to try to talk your way out of this. Okay, I can explain everything. How'd you even get in here? Through the air vent. The air vent? Who do you think you are, John McClane? Maybe if you hadn't locked us in the break room, I could have used the door like a normal person. Oh, really? My apologies. I didn't realize I should have made it easier for you to tamper with the crime scene. I realize this looks bad, but I got sick of waiting around. You haven't even taken our statements yet. This is real life, not some 2-bit TV show. Good police work takes time. Just trying to find some way to prove I didn't kill Blake. He was my friend. And you thought breaking into the crime scene was going to help your case. Actually, it did. There's solid proof I didn't do it. Bill's just gone to get the security tapes. I was beginning to wonder where he'd gone. Maybe you convinced him to leave so you could screw around with the real evidence. You'll see once he gets back. You just have to trust me. Trust doesn't get you very far in my line of work. Have you got any leads yet? Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. Please, detective, I was just trying to help. Being a detective on TV doesn't mean you're qualified to waltz in and take over a real murder investigation. Real police work isn't a game. It's dangerous, and you don't know the first thing about it. That's where you're wrong. My dad was on the force. And I suppose he told you all about it. He didn't have to. He'd come home exhausted every night. I saw what it did to him. I might not have the training, but I understand the job. I know what it takes. Don't make me laugh. I've seen your show. You wouldn't last 5 minutes on the force. What would you do if the killer showed up right now? I would blast them with my death ray. He's just kidding, detective. What's taking you so long anyway? We've been stuck in that room for hours. I'm just doing my job. There are a lot of things to cover. Security, photography, evidence collection. I've read enough mysteries to know it shouldn't take this long. Something's wrong. So I'm a little understaffed. Nothing I can't handle. Oh, great. It's reassuring to know that Blake's death is so high on the LAPD's list of priorities. Central's screwing me around again, but it won't work. I might be old, but I'm not getting pushed into a desk job yet. It takes as long as it takes, and that's the end of it. Detective Cross, this is Scout. Looks like something out of Buck Rogers. Are you a real detective? Can you help me find my creator? You better get this flying toaster out of my face before things get ugly. Scout, maybe you should leave the nice detective alone. Alright, Ms. Rahi, I think it's time we move this conversation down to the precinct, don't you? I got it, Honor! I found the security tape! Nice of you to join us. Detective Cross! Oh, jeez! What a pleasant surprise! That's my other name. Maybe I'm getting forgetful in my old age, but didn't I tell you to guard this room? I am guarding the room. I was. I just had to go, and, care to explain how Miss Marple over here managed to get in? You said to make sure nobody got through that door. You, didn't say anything about the air vent. So you wandered off and left a murder suspect at the scene of the crime. Alone, with all the evidence! Well, when you say it like that. I only went to check the CCTV system. Would have been back sooner, but I had to take the darn thing apart to get at the tape. Couldn't you just press the eject button? There's an eject button? So what do you say, detective? Care to see my evidence? You've got 5 minutes. After that, I'm taking you downtown. That's all I need. Scout, can you scan this? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-ba-dee-boo. We got an 8 as well, so we'll just fill in these bottom ones. Those are checked off. We got some 7s there. A couple of 2s. These are also gone because A, these are our 2s for the row. And B, because these 2s in the columns cannot reach all the way down there. Like the last 2 cannot reach down there. We got 2, 1, 2, 1, which is totally fine, and I believe that's a mirror image right up here, so... Bum. There's our 4s. I'm gonna try not to guess in a lot of these. So usually they're just gonna be logicked out. Alright, we're done. CCTV tape. Detective rank D! In ranking up your detective rank, you actually do get access to more bonus puzzles that don't take place during the main story. You can just fill them out to get extra plot going for Scout. So I might do that at some point. Okay, what are we looking at? This is security footage of the parking lot earlier this afternoon. Look, there's Bill. Who's that in the background? Looks like they've got spray cans. You got a problem with vandals around here, Bill? Them? No, they're just contractors. We get a lot around here. You know, painters, carpenters, caterers. My brother was... They're not contractors, they're kids. They've got skateboards, for God's sakes. Didn't you say you were looking for kids doing graffiti earlier, Bill? Aw, jeez. As enlightening as this is for some of us, I don't see how it proves anything useful. I'm getting to that, Detective. Bill, can you fast forward to about 4:30 p.m.? There, that's it. See? That's me, standing by my car. I spoke to Bill, then Scout. Okay, you were in the parking lot, so what? Blake was already dead. He died around 4:30 p.m., and the CCTV footage clearly shows I was in the parking lot. Well, I'll be damned. Not bad for a TV detective, huh? I guess not. Now, if I can just get you to write me an official statement, you can... Wait a second, how do you know the time of death? Bill, did you let her read the medical report? Oh, jeez. Listen up, everyone. I'll need to keep you here for a little longer. Please, Detective. I've spent the last 20 minutes trying to get John and Becky to stop arguing. I have more luck sorting out the Middle East. Okay, I wanna think about this. Call blimey. Please, Detective. Spent the last 20 minutes trying to get John and Becky to stop arguing. I'd have more luck sorting out the Middle East. If you need something to keep you occupied, start working on those statements. What about me? Can I help out some other way? Scout could... Listen, Nancy Drew, you got lucky with that CCTV, but that's all it was, luck. Now go home and let the professionals handle this. I take offense to that. I was gonna say I resemble that remark because of the Nancy Drew game we played that got me interested in Picross to begin with. Hey, how come she gets to go home? She could be the murderer. I've seen evidence that proves otherwise. Only thing she's guilty of is being a pain in my ass. You can't keep me locked up in here. What if I'm next? Don't worry, babe. If anyone tries anything, I'll whack him with one of my dumbbells. You brought dumbbells with you on a job? You never know when you're gonna find a spare 5 minutes to work up a sweat. Know what I mean? Ugh, a reclusive nun would get what you mean, and even she'd think 5 minutes is pathetic. Nope. Come on, I keep losing the voice. Did I find Becky funny? Wait, did I find Becky funny? Detective, I'm begging you, you've got to let us out of here. I'm going stir crazy. Fine, you can leave the goddamn room. Just stay inside the studio grounds, okay? I mean it. Any of you try anything and I'll have you tackled by a patrolman faster than you can say WrestleMania. Quick question. How cute is this theoretical patrolman? How good is his credit? Does he get on well with his mother? As for you, go home. Just for the record, you guys are all crazy. I'm putting that in my report. Praise the goddess we're free. Ish. Guess I should go home now, like he said. Don't feel bad, babe. You've earned it. You said you were gonna prove yourself innocent, and you went out and did it. I did, didn't I? So what are you waiting for? You're free to go. Uh-oh. You've got that look on your face. Don't think you can hide it from me, Missy. I know that look. That's the Anna Mizrahi I'm not giving in special. It's just, I got myself out of trouble, but what about you guys? What about Blake? He gave me a big break. I wouldn't even be here without him. He wasn't just my boss, he was my friend. Right up until he fired you. But that's just it. It doesn't make any sense. All I could think of at the time was how angry I was, but looking back, he was so nervous. You've been playing a detective too long, babe. Oh, shoot, I'm losing it. You're starting to sound like one. It's not just me, there's something else going on. I can't just leave. If you want to keep investigating on her, I'm here to help. Scout? Don't you want to go and find a real detective? You may not be a real detective, but maybe that's okay. But maybe what I really need is a partner. I'm good at finding things, but I'm no good with people. But you convinced Bill to help you. You proved your innocence to Detective Cross. So maybe I don't need a real detective after all, because together we can solve anything, if you want to try, that is. Why not? I think I'm getting to like having you around anyway. How about you, KC? Will you help me look into it? Absolutely. You know I've got your back. But, can I pop to the loo first? I've needed to go for hours, and I'm genuinely scared something's about to burst. So, I don't know if I want to give him a flamboyant voice or a British voice. I don't think I could do both.